Mixed signals across assets today. Let us cut through the noise and focus on what matters most. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. Here is your complete global indices roundup for July 8th. Investors are selectively buying in some sectors while reducing exposure in others. Let us go region by region across the major global indices. Starting with the Americas session. S&P 500 slipped -0.45% to $7,503.85. Equity markets are responding to reports that after the latest RE stock rally, investors face a reality check, Morningstar. NASDAQ 100 dropped sharply -1.77% to $29,173. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500, NASDAQ futures rise as chip shares rebound, Kitco. Dow Jones is trading lower by -0.25%, at $52,925. Investor sentiment is being shaped by June jobs report shows just 57,000 payrolls, well below expectations, QZ.com. Starting with the Europe session. DAX is broadly flat at $25,818, awaiting a fresh catalyst. This comes as S&P 500, NASDAQ register best quarter since 2020 despite Iran war, adding pressure to energy markets. FTSE 100 is broadly flat at $10,666, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Equity markets are responding to reports that Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Starting with the Asia session. Nikkei 225 is little changed, hovering near $69,738. The move in the dollar reflects reports that European stocks rally to cap best week since May, markets wrap. Hang Seng edged higher +0.63% to $23,497. Traders are reacting to news that why BHP and metal and mining stocks face a copper-gold test, Calkine Media. Kospi slipped -0.46% to $8,051.33. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500, NASDAQ futures rise as chip shares rebound, Kitco. Nifty 50 is trading higher by +0.53%, at $24,399. Equity markets are responding to reports that after the latest RE stock rally, investors face a reality check, Morningstar. Sensex is trading higher by +0.54%, at $78,181. Equity markets are responding to reports that after the latest RE stock rally, investors face a reality check, Morningstar. ASX 200 slipped -0.46% to $8,803.90. Traders are reacting to news that why BHP and metal and mining stocks face a copper-gold test, Calkine Media. Now, a look at some of India's most active stocks in the news today. TCS is down -1.71%, trading at 2,057.60 Indian rupees. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500, NASDAQ futures rise as chip shares rebound, Kitco. North American BFSI IT spending is at an inflection point. Any signal of budget revival from US banks and insurance firms would drive a TCS earnings upgrade cycle. The AI co-pilot and automation deal pipeline is the differentiation story for the current cycle. Wipro is down -1.75%, trading at 173 Indian rupees. Investor sentiment is being shaped by S&P 500, NASDAQ futures rise as chip shares rebound, Kitco. AI services revenue, particularly enterprise AI implementation projects, is the emerging differentiation story. The EBIT margin target of 17 to 17.5% is on track. Watch US financial services deal activity as the indicator of whether demand is genuinely recovering. Reliance ticked up +0.34% to 1,308.40 Indian rupees. Equity markets are responding to reports that after the latest RE stock rally, investors face a reality check, Morningstar. Jio's 5G ARPU growth is the near-term catalyst as users migrate to higher value plans. The revenue per subscriber inflects upward. The retail segment is the largest in India and growing steadily. Watch for any update on the new energy gigafactory ramp, which represents the decade-long upside but requires patience. Now let us look at what is driving these moves at the macro level. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. This comes as S&P 500, NASDAQ register best quarter since 2020 despite Iran war, adding pressure to energy markets. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. Central bank policy is at the forefront of investor minds. Equity markets are responding to reports that Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Investor sentiment is being shaped by June jobs report shows just 57,000 payrolls, well below expectations, QZ.com. And looking at how some of the biggest global names are trading today. Rocket Lab made a dramatic move today, plunged minus 10.40% to $83.41. Equity markets are responding to reports that Rocket Lab stock rallies 34.8% in 3 months. Hold tight or book profits. Trading view. Government launch contracts with the US DoD provide baseline revenue visibility. The Electron rocket utilization rate is the near-term earnings driver. Any contract win announcement or NASA mission assignment would be a meaningful positive catalyst. Neutron program milestones are the re-rating event the market is waiting for. Samsung plunged minus 6.92% to $296,000 in a significant session. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Samsung prepares to unveil chip earnings insights as RE demand drives record semiconductor profits, crypto briefing. The HBM supply competition with SK Hynix is the defining story. Samsung needs to close the yield gap to win hyperscaler HBM contracts. Consumer DRAM pricing is recovering as inventory normalizes. Watch for any Nvidia or Google qualification update on Samsung HBM. Shell surged plus 4.93% to $81.99 in a significant session. Equity markets are responding to reports that with Qatar's gas shut off, Western energy giants see a big payday. The New York Times. LNG trading margins and production volumes are the primary earnings drivers. Any positive LNG project update in Australia or the Middle East would support the stock. The energy transition narrative is becoming a differentiator. Shell's biofuels and hydrogen investments are growing. Let us give you our near-term view on the NASDAQ 100. After today's weakness, the $28,298 area is the first meaningful support level to watch for NASDAQ 100. A stabilization there would be the first sign that sellers are losing conviction. This is our analytical view, not investment advice. To summarize, 6 indices in the green, 7 in the red today. A clear risk-off tone is prevailing across global equities. Let us close with the key events and catalysts on our radar. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. We cover every major global market, every single day. If this kind of daily, actionable analysis is useful to you, please support us with a like and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds and it means a great deal to this channel. Share this with anyone who invests or trades, they will thank you for it. That is all from MTRS_Market Pulse for today. All analysis is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial advisor. Trade safe and we will see you in the next one. That is your Global Indices Roundup from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe for daily updates across every major market.